In one of the most significant exoplanet discoveries to date, NASA just announced that not one, but 7 Earth-sized planets have been found orbiting the habitable or temperate zone of a star just 39 light-years away. Research suggests at least the inner 6 planets appear to have Earth-like masses, are made of rock, and have surface temperatures ranging between a life-friendly 0 to 100 degrees Celsius, 32 to 212 degrees Fahrenheit. NASA is calling it a sister solar system to our own, and says several of the planets could potentially host liquid water, and maybe even extraterrestrial life. NASA made the announcement in a live press conference after triggering much speculation over their big discovery beyond our solar system. The new exoplanets have been detected orbiting an ultra-cooled dwarf star called TRAPPIST-1, which is located about 39 light-years away from our Sun in the Aquarius constellation. Astronomers led by Michael Gillen from the University of Liege in Belgium first detected 3 exoplanets around the star back in May 2016, using Earth-based telescopes. But it wasn't until the team studied it more closely using NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope that they discovered an additional 4 planets in the system. Initial estimates based on these observations suggest that at least 5 of the planets have masses similar to Earth, and follow-up observations by the Hubble Space Telescope indicate that they probably have rocky compositions. At least 3 also appear to fall within the temperate zone of their star, which means their surface temperatures are most likely to be between 0 and 100 degrees Celsius, 32 and 212 degrees Fahrenheit, making liquid water, and potentially even some form of extraterrestrial life, a possibility. Because of the system's structure, it's also possible that any of the planets have liquid water. The European Space Observatory is calling it the most incredible star system to date. Before we get too excited, the researchers stress that there's still a lot more research and analysis to be done, particularly on the 7th, outermost planet, which has only been observed orbiting the star once. Because of that, we still don't know how long that 7th planet takes to orbit TRAPPIST-1, or how it interacts with the inner planets. And the entire system is so far away, we can't say for sure as yet whether it hosts water, or is a good place for life to exist. But from what the researchers can tell, not only are at least 3 of the planets potential homes to liquid oceans, the entire system actually seems to have a lot in common with our own. The TRAPPIST-1 system is a compact analog of the inner solar system, the authors write in Nature. You can see a comparison of the inner solar system compared to the TRAPPIST-1 system below, but despite the familiarities to home, there are some big differences between our systems. Mainly the fact that TRAPPIST-1 is only a little bigger than Jupiter, and its planets orbit only a little farther apart than Jupiter's moons. The whole system is pretty compact too, with the closest planet only taking 1.5 days to orbit its star. The 6th planet takes 13 days. That means that if you were standing on the surface of one of these planets, the neighboring planets in the sky would at times appear larger than our moon does to us. Imagine something like this. Because of this, it's thought that the planets might all affect each other, and could even be tidally locked, with one face constantly pointed towards their star, in the same way that Jupiter's moons always have one side locked towards the giant planet. That tidal locking could also do some strange things to the temperature gradients on the planet, which NASA says makes it possible that liquid water could exist on any of them under the right conditions. But perhaps even more exciting about this discovery is what it means for the likelihood of other Earth-like planets out there in our galaxy. In the past few years, evidence has been mounting that Earth-sized planets are abundant in the galaxy, but Gillen and collaborators' findings indicate that these planets are even more common than previously thought. Ignace G. Snellen, an astronomer from the Leiden University in the Netherlands who wasn't involved in the research, writes in an accompanying opinion piece in Nature. He explains the significance in more detail. From geometric arguments, we expect that for every transiting planet found, there should be a multitude of similar planets, 20 to 100 times more, that, seen from Earth, never pass in front of their host star. Of course, the authors could have been lucky, but finding 7 transiting Earth-sized planets in such a small sample suggests that the solar system with its 4 sub-Earth-sized planets might be nothing out of the ordinary. And now, we can only speculate on what these 7 incredible Earth-like worlds would be like. But the best part about all of this is that in the not-so-distant future, we might actually be able to know more. With the NASA James Webb Space Telescope scheduled to come online next year, researchers should be able to get a better idea of the composition and atmosphere of this sister solar system. And when the European Space Organization's extremely large telescope goes live in 2024, it should actually be able to detect water on the distant worlds from right here on Earth. If you want the wonder of this discovery put into perspective, here's Sean Carey, the manager of NASA's Spitzer Science Center, to fill you with all about the